Hello friends! Today we're building a trellis for raspberry bushes. Stay tuned. Well, it's been about 1 week since I came out and looked at the raspberries, and in that time, it looks like they've grown 3 inches, all these little shoots, and they're all over the place. So we started off initially with this one little plant, and then last year as the roots expanded, I dug up some things and I planted that, and that, and that, and the one that was right here didn't take. So I'm going to move some of these that are too close to the fence over into this hole and try to discourage some of them that are over here. Well, maybe I can push them a little bit over there. This is the rhubarb right here, 2 different species, but I need a nice path to walk and pick the raspberries from this side. I can, fake it along the fence line here. It won't be easy, but I'll make do. Anyways, time to start digging. And dig I did. Let me tell you, I'm surprised by how the root systems of raspberries are so resilient because, I went through some roots there. Not that I should have, but it happens. Anyways, I took some of the new sprouts that were growing too close to the fence line and I transplanted them there, and I'll be honest, I broke up a lot of root that I probably shouldn't have, but it's easy to do. I planted it and I thought, well, if it comes back, it comes back. If it doesn't, I still have a lot of raspberry to deal with. And as you'll see in a moment, a lot of it did come back, so I'm very pleased. Again, always in awe at the machinery of nature. So here are my thoughts on getting rid of old brambles. Somebody told me once that if you grab it and you just pull it, and if it doesn't have much give, if it snaps, then it's ready to go. But if you bend it and it has a lot of give, like this one, really rubbery. There's a lot of life in this still. And I can see there's green. So this is going to actually have leaves on it and produce this year, so I don't want to get rid of it. Alright, move ahead a couple weeks and I'm ready to build the trellis. Before I did that though, I had to deconstruct these trellises from last season that I used for my cucumbers, beans, and peas. I decided not to go with this system and you'll see what I'm using in a couple weeks from now, but I know that I can reuse the material. I'll always find a use for the wood, and I think I can use the wire in something else too. Always good to reuse what you can, I think. Then we have a before and after shot of the annex spot of my garden. I had some suckers on that old mulberry tree and I was happy to cut them down. Now I can move in the space. Alright, now onto the actual trellis build. I dug 3 holes about 6 inches deep, and then I pounded in some 4-foot stakes that I had reused from the trellises I just took apart. Then I took 8 6-foot 2x4s and I assembled them about halfway up and then all the way at the top. And after I did the halfway point, I put this wire up and I did the same on the top. Now the wire is about 3 feet wide and the rectangles are 2 inches by 3 inches, which is more than enough space for the raspberries to go through. Incredibly easy to use. Because I was able to reuse some wood and I already had the wire on hand, this whole contraption cost me under $15 to make, and I know I'm going to get a couple years use out of it. There you have it. I'm really excited to see how well the raspberries are going to fare now that they have a trellis moving forward. I've seen some of the brambles be 3 or 4 feet long in the past, but they'd grow up to a certain point and then collapse and then kind of sprawl out along the ground, which I think would suffocate some of the growth. So I'm eager to see how well they produce fruit now that they're going to be supported in a vertical fashion. I feel confident that I can keep the raspberries to this confined area. It's about 12 feet by 3 feet and about 4 feet tall. So if it's producing a bush, so to speak, in that area, it's going to be a lot of raspberries in another year's time. This will be the 3rd year that we have raspberries in this space, so I'm expecting a pretty good production. Last year I got maybe 5 handfuls worth, which was much more than the year before that, and it just keeps getting more and more established every year. I'm interested to see how stable this trellis is moving forward. I didn't bury the legs that deep. I buried them maybe 6 inches deep at most, and I didn't put any sort of cement or bricks around them. I might need to put some perpendicular support on the base if it starts to waver, but I think once the brambles are up in between the fencing, I think it's going to be stabilized just by the earth, to be honest. But I could be wrong, so if you have raspberry trellises and you've done something like this before, please be sure to let me know in the comments section below. Anyways, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I'm the Midwest Man Mountain. Be sure to subscribe. And until next time, bye.